Welcome to the booth.
Yo. We are back at it again. Me and
Yes.
Stacey
Me and my
getting it
broski.
in, baby.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been
good?
really good.
Good.
Little anxious. Got a couple of obligations,
Yeah.
and I'm on a time crunch. So, but I'm trying to work things out. So that's the topic today. Is we're going to go deep places, and
Deep places, man.
I don't know whether it's your obligations, your finances, your job, your family.
Relationship, children.
Yeah, your responsibilities that will take you there, like mentally and emotionally. And sometimes it'll bring anxiety, sometimes it'll bring, fear and frustration. So we just want to, tackle that a little bit.
Yeah,
Get a little candid.
Yeah. It's been a pretty, steady week for me, you know what I mean? But I get excited when it's time to get on this podcast and, like you said, tackle some issues. So on this show, if any of you know us, we're pretty who we are. You know what I mean? It's really just authentic and real. So the topic is deep places, and I can start.
Yeah,
But I might take all the time.
that's okay.
Because a brother's been through some deep places.
That's okay. We're in a safe place.
Yeah, so we are in a safe place. I
Yeah.
love it. Wicked Candles once again. So as far as for me, deep places, I think the deepest place that I've been, I think it was about 2000 and when Dad passed away.
I was 20. He died in 2000. No, he died in 99.
99.
He died in
Wow.
99. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I kind of fell into a real deep place around about that time, and it caused a lot of hurt. I had to deal with a lot of abandonment issues. I had to deal with just some insecurity started to surface in me. And around that time, I was about 23, 24 years old. And with children of my own. My father had passed away. So when he had passed away, it was a few years before that I had saw him. And then when I seen him again, he had passed away like the next day, and it left me with a lot of questions unanswered. A lot of questions unanswered, and a lot of it was, where have you been? Why didn't you fight for us? Those type of things. And he fell victim to a few things, and so I felt like all that weight was now on me. You know what I mean? I was already in the role of a father figure and as being a big brother in my household growing up, and trying to be someone different than what I was raised under. I had put all this weight on me. Man. And those questions that I had, they never gotten answered. So I kind of like started to indulge in activity and things that weren't of my character, and it ended up taking me on a long ride. And all that time I was in a very deep place, and started to guard myself, and the anxiety grew, you know what I mean? And always wanted to get attention, and really just putting myself further and further away from who I really was, and
Trying to please people and stuff like that.
so they wouldn't leave, or you know.
Or
and,
feel some type of way, or yeah.
Yeah, and it was a trying time, and you know, even still today, I'm more mature and I understand life and what it has to offer now, but I still have those thoughts. You know, the enemy tries to still seep in there and steal my progress that I've made. But the deep places, man, it brought out some other animals that was inside of me, and there's a lot of people out here that's in some deep places, you know, that hadn't had any answers, and don't know who they are. You know what I mean? And it drives you to a deep place. So, and there's so many different things that I feel can drive someone to a deep place. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that, oh yeah, about Daddy, yeah, I don't know. It's I guess the situations on in your life builds the character in you. I don't know. You can put a child in different environments and they will adapt to those environments. And unfortunately, I was one of those kids who grew up with anxiety and a panic disorder. So things kind of affected me a little bit more. It was like heightened trauma. I felt, you know, trauma differently. So my deep place was very emotional, very, very emotional. And it kind of made me afraid a little bit to live out loud.
Yeah.
And I definitely believe that it hindered me from doing a lot of different things. It hindered me from really expressing myself in my full potential. The thing about
Yes.
anxiety for me
Yeah.
was it was easy for me to say no to a lot of things because of fear. So you know, the way the brain thinks in response to anxiety, it's like, okay, well, you know that this could happen or that could happen, so
Yeah.
you're constantly on guard.
Yeah.
And you're constantly trying to figure out why you shouldn't take the next step with things, why you shouldn't go on that airplane, or why you shouldn't go to this or to that party or that barbecue. Like, it hinders you from doing a lot of different things and living out loud, and with living with anxiety, especially as a child, and having parents who really didn't understand what anxiety was because the world was still trying to figure it out. I think we're just now in a place where we're better understanding what anxiety is.
Like when you say we're, like
The world.
you mean the world.
The world collectively, doctors, patients, people, yeah. So if you notice, there's a lot of people that are going through anxiety and are finally brave enough to
Seek help.
or even acknowledge that that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mental health is extremely important
yeah.
to talk about
Oh yeah.
because it will take you into deep places.
Yeah. Definitely.
For sure, it'll take you into deep places. And my response to it has always been to talk myself down. They call it talk yourself down, or talk yourself out of it, to where you feel like a panic attack or anxiety or something is coming on, and you talk yourself through it. Everything is fine. Take deep breaths, and all of these things and emotions is going through your head, and you're thinking about 1,000 reasons to literally freak out and you feel like you're going to lose, maybe you might lose control at any moment. So with all of that, it's better and more safer to stay at home, right? It's better and safer to be quiet or not ride in a car or don't take the freeway or
Stay in that deep place.
staying in that deep place. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to, and it's really sad and unfortunate, but I used to years ago not even take the freeway because it would
Mom was the same way.
yeah, she was the same way.
Mom was the
And if
same
you
way.
notice, she never said, I have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because she didn't know that that's what it was. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We were, she was uneducated about it. I was uneducated about it. And, you know, until I started seeking help for it and trying to understand it and, yeah, retraining my brain to
Yeah.
know, to acknowledge, okay, this is happening to me. I have a million things going on. You know, it could be losing your job, losing a relationship or whatever, all these different things that happens in your life to where it's like, okay, at any moment I'm gonna lose control. But you learn how to sit in it and accept that it's happening. This is happening right now. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to keep telling myself no and be in this stagnant situation of progression because of anxiety, because I'm afraid to even go outside, go on a freeway, go on an airplane. You
Yeah.
kind of talk yourself down, talk yourself out of it. I call it talk yourself down. But
Don't
I can
talk
only
yourself off the
imagine.
ledge, yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many people are going through that anxiety, depression, being in the deep place. And unfortunately, especially in our community,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. And we have this stature to, you know, protect, and we don't want to be looked at by our peers as a crazy person or a weirdo. And
Yeah.
and it's sad because your peers could be going through the same exact thing, but their fears and anxieties about themselves, actually admitting and accepting it themselves, is like, oh no, I don't want to ever lose control like that. I don't want people to know that I'm going through this because I want to keep it together. I want to have it together, but inside you're in a deep place.
Yeah.
And it's sad to go through stuff like that alone.
And just
And-
really, not
yeah.
to cut you off, but just hearing you explain about ways that you can fall into a deep place, it's a number of ways. I think when I spoke of my deep place, it was just really one of the many deep places that I've been. And it caused a lot of more self-inflicted pain, because even when I was trying to motivate myself to get out, I was still slipping deeper into this because I didn't believe it.
Right.
I didn't even believe that I had the potential to be a father, you know, to be a good husband, or to be a church leader, or, you know, make it to another level of football, and, you know, hang around certain people. You know, I mean, that also kept me in a deep place. And on the outside, I feel it was a lie for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I lived a lie for a long time. My brother, who was very big on authenticity, is one man, and I love you so much, is one guy that is always, no matter what, be you, you know,
In any
And-
situation.
in any situation.
No code.
be
We're
you.
not changing codes here.
Yeah.
We're not code changing.
Sugarcoating or anything.
No,
It's just,
no.
So, and that's been here lately that I've been able to receive it. But it's been them deep places took me into drinking like crazy, you know, being out there doing you know, stuff that now I thank God that I made it through. You know what I mean? So if you have these deep places in your life, or if you're in a deep place right now, I mean, what do you say to that person who is in a deep place? You know, how do you relate to them? You know what I
Right.
mean?
I would say, write it down. Write down all your thoughts. Write down your situation. Write a story about your situation. Make a scenario. Turn it into a character, and figure out for that character how they will deal with a certain situation. And what I did do when I was younger, I used to write like little stories and little poems and things like that. And good things, yeah. And I would control my situations and my thoughts and things. I kind of implemented that with real life. And at this point in my life, I'm so happy and blessed to say that I now have control over those emotions. I now control what deep places I allow myself to seek into.
Right.
And one thing about anxiety, it'll have you wanting to escape it. Please let us know in the comments what you're going through, and
Definitely.
we like to share too situations, because you can be caught up in a situation and have you responding like, man, F it, it's enough is enough. And you know, but it's, you know, actions is actions. People are going to be bullheaded, they're going to be disrespectful, they're going to be, you know, belligerent and all of that, but your response to it is what will be judged, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But remember, be your own judge. You know, judging others is like, stay out of that lane. But judging yourself, you know, is where you want to be.
right,
You know.
right, like
So-
we were saying in the last video, accountability.
Yeah, accountability.
That's important. And we ain't gonna always stay too deep, you know. My brother is the funniest dude I know, and that's a fact.
No.
So yeah, he's super duper funny.
No,
So
no.
I mean, it ain't gonna always be gloomy and all that and stuff. We gonna have fun. We gonna kick it with
Yes,
y'all,
it is.
but we definitely gonna stay candid.
No, we're not.
And
This is fun. This is
Yeah,
fun
man.
to do, you know, and it's really, really a pleasure to do this stuff with you, man. And
You too, bro.
And then our siblings, as you know, they participate and stuff too. It's just
They'll be joining us too.
they'll be joining in.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun doing this. I look forward to doing this. It's simply to just talk with people, you know, and put my life on the line. You know what I mean? By expressing and talking and being vulnerable, you know.
Giving people something to relate to.
Yeah,
You know?
because I got a lot of experience. I got a lot of experience when it comes to deep places, strongholds, addiction, just a lot, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of it now, and it took me to say, you know what, enough is enough. And once I started to gain momentum, you know, started getting over some hurdles,
Yeah.
you know, I continued to put the next foot forward. So, in any way you can respond or to this, please do. Please do.
Yes.
We wanna
And
know.
remember to like and subscribe. This is actually part one of this, because I want to touch on this again. So we'll definitely revisit the topic of deep places. I believe it's been therapeutic for me. So yeah, man.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic. What I say? Therapeutic.
That's good.
Okay.
I just like the word.
I thought I said it wrong.
Therapeutic. Being inside this shop is very therapeutic. It's a good vibe in here. It smells good.
Thank you, bro.
You got the waterfall sound going in the back.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I ain't falling asleep because
It
I'm at
will
that
make you
age
fall
now where I
asleep.
just might take a nap.
You could take a
on
nap.
camera.
Yeah, I might go get me a little cup of ice chew on some ice or something.
That is weird, but for real. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
man.
strongholds.
Strongholds. Yeah.
Break
Break them
them.
chains.
Break
Yeah.
every chain.
Ever
Break every chain.
to the chain.
Ah.
We love y'all.
Peace.